Welcome back to our latest episode on a professional military education game design. I'm delighted today to have a guest from Poland, which is a country that is rewriting the script on rearmament and modernization of its military forces. So, my guest today is Pawel. Thank you so much for
Oh,
coming on.
yes.
Uh, Pavel is
In
going to
English, it's
introduce.
Paul.
Yeah. Pavel is going to introduce himself because his credentials will be sound best coming from him. But he is the designer of the game system we're going to be looking at today, which is called in English Light Infantry, a tactical war game set at the platoon and potentially company level. And I have been playing this offline before this webinar started, and I can attest that it is a very simple system which has good training value for those at the junior officer level. And unlike several other systems I've seen, it does scratch that itch that many people are after with the use of drones, electronic warfare, and so on and so forth. So, Pavel, you're very welcome. Thank you for coming on. Please introduce yourself and give us some of your background.
So let's try to show my presentation.
Yeah, all good. You should be able to share.
Okay. Do you see that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Light Infantry War Game. Okay. It's whoa. About me. But first about us. We are Department of Territorial Defense Forces established 2018 and our primary task is to train officers for the territorial defense forces. We have four main areas of activity. First one is, of course, light infantry tactics. Second one is the use of UAVs in light infantry tactical operation. And of course, the third is training wargaming for professional military education. And the last one is analytical wargaming for Polish land forces. Our director in Department of Territorial Forces is Major Lukas Wojciech. So next slide. About me. That's it's a simple story. I'm assistant professor at the military university, of course, at the Department of Territorial Forces, the Territorial Defense. My second job is senior specialist in the Chancellery of the Prime Minister of Poland, of course, Wargaming Division. I'm retired officer of Polish Territorial Defense Forces. I'm first lieutenant. So my research areas are light infantry tactics and, of course, professional wargaming. I'm a military writer. Uh, I have written about 10 or 12 light infantry war handbooks for popular use for professional use in the TDF. I have 5 years of experience in professional wargaming since 2020, and I'm not a hobbyist wargamer. Yes, it's very strange, but I don't like hobby wargames, and I don't have a wargame collection. So uh, I usually use wargames to achieve my objectives. Only educational and analytical objectives. So I'm stone-hearted man for wargaming, I think.
I have a
Uh,
question on that, if that's
yeah.
okay. In 2020, the pandemic was going on, COVID-19. Did that
Yeah.
have anything to do with the your starting into the wargaming sphere?
Yes, because I'm started at the Prime Minister office with professional war game for civil administration this time. But but it's I don't want to talk about my wargaming experience at the PMO
Sure,
office.
sure.
Only I can talk about my wargaming experience at the Military University of Land Forces.
No,
Forgive me,
that's
but
fine.
that is
That's
true.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I was just saying that because Fight Club itself was kind of born in
Mhm.
the era of the pandemic because people had a
Yep.
lot more time and ability to focus
So,
on.
t- so I think I don't like hobby war games. I have no time for hobby war games, and when I play at home, I use the war games for analytical tasks or objectives. So I don't have a war game collection. I have a tool collection or
Mm.
wargaming tool collection. So, however, really like the wargame design process and facilitation process, and that is my source of satisfaction in the wargaming world. Yeah, I know it looks a bit strange, but I think that's true about me. So let's talk about light infantry. Next slide. Do you see it?
Yes.
Origin and requirements. Oh, what we have and what we need, that is the question. When we started our wargame lessons in 2022, of course, we needed an effective tool for educational wargaming. So we tried to use a commercial wargame designed by my colleague Wojtek Zaleski, titled the Territorial Defensive Forces 2025. That is the cover of this game. But I think it's very effective, very uh, precise. It's traditional, constructive hobby war game, but for our objectives, it was too complicated. I think when you have only uh, 8 hour, 18, forgive me, 18 hours for war games, you can't use that type of wargaming tool. So learning the rules alone takes about 6 to 8 hours, and the rules are too difficult
Mm.
for fast learning. So I think, in my opinion, you cannot waste about 50% of the time during the lesson just learning the rules. So we found the Take That Hill war game designed by Professor Philip Sabin. And I think it's very simple and effective, but it's very simple and effective only for basic infantry tactics. Uh, we have only 16 hexes on the map in the Take That Hill war game. And I think you can only do simple infantry combat variants. Of course, we can use GPMGs, mortar fire, minefield, fake minefield obstacles, but in my opinion, this game is this with this game we can only play practically just fire movement tactics because it's very simple. So I think it's a good point to start our war game. So we took the Take That Hill mechanics, of course, the mechanics active and suppressed mechanics, and developed them further. So next slide. Okay. Oh, Argent and Clients War Game TDF 2020. Light Infantry Wargame aims and objectives. So we have three main objectives to achieve. First, simplicity. The second, effectiveness. And the third, modularity. So we need a simple wargaming tool. Simplicity is that this is the point. This is the first objective. We need a simple wargaming tool that you can learn during one class hour, about 60 minutes or less. Of course, this time I think covers only the basic rules. Of course, then you can learn the game map, you can learn something about terrain, movement, firefight, and reorganization. This is the first objective, simplicity. The second is effectiveness. Yeah, we needed an effective tool to teach real territorial defense forces light infantry tactics up to the platoon level. So the third objective was the modularity, and we needed a war game that we can rebuild and expand with new models when necessary. Finally, I believe we achieved them. That's right. The tempo is right.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's
Yeah, I just want to for the listeners, I want to sort of advertise that that's a very common starting point for the aims and
Mhm.
objectives, and I'm very glad to see that the aims and objectives were written first rather than sort of after.
Yeah.
Simplicity, simplicity and effectiveness are often in competition because we all agree we want something simple and we teach in 45 minutes and has, I don't know, less than 30 components. And then
Yeah.
the moment you demonstrate that prototype, someone says, why aren't cyber effects modeled to the level of detail that I require or something like that? And then you're like, well, you did say you wanted it simple. So yes, it's a constant tension in game design and but I do like the integration of future expansions. That's what I would often phrase an elegant design, whereby if someone says I want to add X and you say that's fine, it will fit in this segment, this phase of the turn order. It would be a modifier here, it would be a
Mhm.
dice roll there. You don't need to design another game or break the game or have a sort of side mat going on, which is a side quest to the main game. And I think that's really important because invariably someone will come along and say, I want to add, the engineering component or, a logistics element or something and so such.
Yeah, but when you want to design the tactical war game, you don't need complex logistic there. I think you can simplify logistic and many other things, and you should consecrate on infantry tactics only. This is the key for simplicity in war games. Of course, educational or training war games for light infantry or infantry. So, the next slide, I can I?
Yep.
Could I? So, okay, the next slide. So, finally, I believe we achieved them all. The light infantry war game, I think, is fully integrated with Polish territorial defense forces tactical doctrine. Uh, I am uh, okay. I can't say about it. Okay, because we initially use it as a support tool for tactic lessons.
Hmm.
Now the final games in the course cover the same task and objectives as TDF unit in real combat. So next slide with maps. So we play on the topographic map with a hexagonal grid. I know it's can be a bit complicated, but I think our student can learn how to read the map during the game. This is an effective solution because I think we play on real terrain, not fictional. I don't like special dedicated wargaming maps or wargame maps. I think they are not real. You should play on real topographical maps, and you should read this map and what is the terrain on this hex or another. So when we share this game with partners, we make dedicated maps for them. For example, for Finland, Denmark, Lithuania, or UK. But in the web version, you can import any map from anywhere in the world. Yes,
Mm.
that's true. If you want to play in Alaska, you can. You can import any map from the world. So in the beginning, it was a simple infantry game, but today, finally, it's a modular game we can rebuild and improve. Now we have APC, a rebuilt fire support module with circular error probability, CAP, and FPVs, and full infantry UAV supplement. So, okay, next slide. Design dilemmas. That's right. Do you need the pause? Do you
No,
have any
you're
questions?
doing great. I did just have one question
Yep.
on the previous slide. The map on the right, 2.0, looks like you're going into the
Yes.
urban and at a slightly closer resolution. So I just wondered if you could talk about that at all for like a minute.
Yes. From the left to the right. The first map, Light Infantry 1.0 version, is the basic map. Is the first map we used during our wargaming lessons. The second one from the left, the Light Infantry 1.2, is the complex final wargaming map for version 1.2. And the Light Infantry 1.5 is the big map without facilitator panel. Now we play with separate facilitator panel. And we have big A2 format maps for gaming. And the right one is a prototype for Light Infantry Wargame 2.0 version. We will play on the orthophotographic map with small hexes. Only each hex is equal 7 meters only.
Mm.
It's dedicated for play with light infantry platoon, but separate in three soldier teams. It's
Mm.
pure tactical. It's pure tactical for urban tactics.
Yeah,
We want to develop this game during or in 2026. That's
great.
right. It's clear.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's great. I suspected that's what it was. I just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
I think the urban tactics will be very interesting for our soldiers or our foreign partners.
Mm.
I hope. Okay, next slide. Design dilemmas. Okay, I think our design dilemma, important dilemma, was simplicity. I think, in my opinion, and I think you need to keep in mind the main objective of the game. And in this case, it was light infantry tactics. If you if you design a pure tactical game, you can simplify many other elements. This is the real trade-off. Our major choice was the 4 day system, and is similar to Take That Hill, but the philosophy is similar to the operational wargame system from the Marine Corps
Mm.
University, because we use the OWS wargame at our university. So the 4 day system or 5 day system is very simple. All weapon systems have a dedicated die for firing. Yep. And when you play, you usually use various dice. D6 for light infantry section fires, D8 for 60 mm light mortars fire, D12 for GPMG, and D20 for APC's cannon fire. And for artillery, heavy mortars, FPVs, and ATGMs, we use double D6. Because in these cases, we use probability percentages. For example, the basic ATGM hit probability is 80%, and if we play in difficult terrain, close terrain, if we want to play during hard weather conditions, we can this hit probability decrease to, for example, 50%. I think this is a pure simplicity because we don't use any fire tables for combat. So I don't like fire tables in my games. And we have no fire table in the light infantry war game. We have only dice. Do you have any question?
Yeah, just two on this. What was the decision on not having the D10, but in between the D8 and the D12?
Yes, this 4 dice system is based on real effective fire ranges from this fire asset. I think I have only little experience in light infantry. I have only 7 years of service during my life. So the complex range of fire of a light defensive section is up to 600 meters. This is the limit of the effective fire for light defensive section. 60 millimeters light mortar effective fire is about 800 meters in practice. And effective fire for GPMGs, I know effective fire is about 1 kilometer, 600 meters, but it's only theory. In real combat, if you if we talk about effective range, is up to 1 kilometer, I think. And
Mm.
this D12 is optimal, I think, between minimal effective range, about 800 to 1 kilometer, and theoretical range equal 1 kilometer, 600 meters.
Sure. And
Yeah, that's right.
yep, understood. It just I can imagine people might ask. You mentioned OWS when an OWS has a goes from
Yeah,
D4, D6, D8, D10, and so on. So I just wanted to highlight that there was a
and
choice
very
behind.
rare die
Mm.
D16
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
WS.
yeah. The two D6 rolls. I just want to focus back on that because we've done a previous webinar which used the 2D6 because of the distribution curve. If you
Yeah,
are trying, but ultimately all dice come back to percentages. A D20 would give you 5% increments. A D10 would give you 10% increments. A 2D6 gives you different increments depending on which number combinations you use. So I don't know if there's a reason why you chose that just specifically, because many people are unfamiliar with the 2D6. For example, a +1 on a 2D6 is not the same as a +1 on a D10, for example.
of course, yeah. But D6, double D6, D6 system is taken from Matrix game.
Yes.
Yes, and I think is the best way to uh, achieve real probability during the combat. If you want 80% of hit probability, you should use double D6, not one die D12. Because D6, D8, D12, and D20, we have linear probability. Yep.
Yeah, I'll just explain that briefly because
Yep.
some people watching this might not, which means that if I roll any standard dice, I'm as likely to get a one as I am a six. So I'm
Hmm.
as likely to have, and often the game systems a one is bad and a six is great, or the other way around. So I'm just as likely to get catastrophic success as I am as catastrophic failure. And
Yeah,
that's and
I
the
know,
two D
I
six
know it, I
model.
know it. But
Yeah, and the
I think
2D6 model puts us more in a middle likely outcome of, and the average, the median kind of outcome.
okay. But I think, in my opinion, it's the double D6 is better for me in this case.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. You can't agree with my
No,
opinion. Yeah.
no, but these are it's interesting because these are the design choices that designers have to go through, and some people have never seen anything other than a six-sided dice and may only use a
So
six-sided dice.
uh, my way is so we can go back to my wargaming philosophy. I'm not hobby wargamer. I need an effective tool for my objectives, and uh, the theory of uh, why uh, oh, it's totally clash with my English now. Uh, why do you use D6 or D12? That's is only a theory for me,
Hmm.
but isn't effective for me. I'm a very pragmatical man in my wargaming design.
Yeah, yeah, understood.
So
And
yeah,
you've justified it sufficiently, so it's not a critique. It's often though.
I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm calm. So can we
Yeah,
next?
let's move on.
Yep, scope creep and UAVs. Yeah. So, how do you avoid scope creep? Yeah, the answer is simple. It's simplicity again. I think we have two sides of every professional hobbyistic war game. One side is playability, and the second one is the realism of play. So I think if you want to match realism, you will lose playability. And in my opinion, you get into the hyper reality trap. This isn't a war game for me. This is a suicide for wargamers and wargame designer. Because we don't need a Godzilla war game. We don't need a monster war game. We need an effective wargaming tool. So every month you could add new elements to the war game. But if you keep in your mind the main focus, which is tactics, you should not do it. One day you have to tell yourself enough is enough, and this is the end, my only friend.
Mm.
The end, yeah. So I think we are at that point now. We have all the necessary elements. We have drones, electronic warfare effects, 5 dice system for firing, and other multi-domain battlefield components. We can play during good or bad weather if we want. We can degrade the effects of fire when we have hard weather conditions. And we have these all elements, and the game is still simple. And I think now is the time to stop the war game development, and the version 1.5 with UAVs is the final mature version for now. Do you have any questions now?
No, I'm just very glad that you have put drones in because I think it's easy an easy complaint that the current serving generation of junior officers and NCOs will say to any
Okay.
war game is that if it doesn't have drones in it, I'm instantly less enthusiastic because it doesn't feel like it's going to help reflect. And and this is also where I think war games are a fantastic tool because it's very hard to put a drone in a live exercise for various reasons that I don't want to get into. So modeling them in wargaming is very low effort, high payoff versus the other way around.
So when we designed the latest version of Light Infantry 1.5, we have used the Russian and Ukrainians doctrinal publications from the war in Ukraine. And we have the newest version or newest module titled Eyes and Claws. And I think it's a little revolution for the light infantry because for the first time the team we will play together. One player for ground units and another for UAV operations.
Hmm.
I think it's a little but radical change, but the final one. Because why? Because we are coming very close to the limit of simplicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the way. Okay, we can change or improve many game components, but I think those will be only cosmetic changes, not radical ones. We can change traditional counters for 3D printed counters. We can use or introduce the counters, UAV counters, FPV counters, recon UAV counters, but as these changes were only cosmetic changes.
Hmm.
Yep. I think we should stop the development of the light infantry and in the future we can only uh, change only just a little elements, small elements from this war game. Okay, next slide. Custom
Yeah.
playing time. Okay. My direct costs were zero in this game. I got my satisfaction from this game. So I believe the cost, seriously, I believe the cost of this war game is very low because you can produce it yourself using a copier and 3D printer. The philosophy of the game is simplicity, of course, and the same principles apply to the production process. You can do it without special support, and I think you only need ordinary office supplies. So, the playtime. Oh, yeah, it's a very interesting question. And I think the playtime for me as a teacher played a significant role because we need an effective educational tool. So the game session should fit within 45 minutes plus 15, forgive me, 15 minutes for discussion and after action review. Since playtime was a critical factor in design, so we usually play on small A3 format maps. The A2 format maps is for
Tournament.
tournaments, for
Yeah.
tournaments only, and the timeline is scaled for only 30 minutes.
Is
Uh,
is the 45 plus 15 because at the Land Forces University the it's a 1 hour period of instruction
yep.
schedule? Because this is often something that drives these professional military education games, and it's very hard to get 2 periods of instruction back to back versus 1 period of instruction in the curriculum.
So, if necessary, you can use 2-minute turn limit if you want.
Yeah, and I saw this. I think that's a good way of imposing a real life limitation as opposed
I
to
think
a mechanic.
for effective teaching and learning is the only way we have. Yes, we have very restrictive time limit for wargaming classes, but our lessons is complex 45 minutes plus 15 minutes for discussion. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, next slide. Roles and feedback. Okay. We usually play in person teams. This includes that's the picture. Oh, do you see that?
Yeah.
This includes 2 players, blue and red, facilitator and analyst scribes. The facilitator controls, of course, the play, and the scribe documents everything for the after action review. So we have 8 standard questions for the AAR, but 4 of them play an especially important role. First question is what is your combat plan and its execution? The second question is key tactical events during the game. The third, the final outcome of the game or game session, and the last one is question about gameplay
Mm.
errors.
Mm.
So, do you have questions?
I just want to say this is a fantastic way to run it because most of the time we just put the
Hmm.
players in and we say, for example, using this game system, you'd say break the class of 30 into 15 games, one red, one blue, and the use of a facilitator and getting people practicing facilitation early, rather than it being seen as this kind of like senior rank role experience function,
Okay. Yes.
and having an analyst who's not invested in the competitive spirit aspect and therefore can see objectively either errors of
Mhm.
omission, errors of commission, and just records the log so there's a clear-eyed view of what actually happened. I think's great because those are all functions which in larger scale professional war games I've seen done badly because people have not been exposed to it early on.
So, during our wargame lessons, we uh, changed the roles. We can rotation when you and in during the first play uh, you were blue player. Now in during the next game you will be a facilitator, for example. So you can learn all the roles during the play.
Hmm.
No, I'm teacher, so uh, well experienced teacher. Who knows? So why we have why is the after action review very important for me? Because uh, we need the connection between tactical theory and the game. I think it's very important when you teach the light infantry tactics in the lecture room. So I have many examples, but one is special. So we had a single play when during a flank maneuver, moving infantry section was destroyed. The blue player decided to use one of his support section for a quick attack because it was only 200 meters from the target. So I asked him, why did you do that? He replied, because I need speed, dynamics, and this section was the nearest to the enemy. I said, exactly, compressing time. And why this story is for me very important? Because a week earlier, we talked about the theory of the time in combat described by a fantastic man for me, Colonel Robert Leonhardt in Fighting Barbarians. Generally, if you can illustrate tactical theory with a war game, you are the winner as a teacher. That's all. So the next slide.
Yep.
This slide contains an example of wargaming lesson. First, we talk about warning order. After that, we have planning phase. It's about 15 minutes. Oh, up to the 30 now. For 45 minutes the game, and after that we have after action review. I think we can play all these elements and we can do all these elements uh, in during the time about 1 hour. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Again, just want to highlight that you do force the players to do a plan under
Hmm.
time pressure. And something you mentioned in the video as well is that it's an open game system, so we can see all the pieces. There's nothing hidden about it. But doing the planning on two separate maps in isolation means,
Yeah.
especially when you're enforcing this because you've got professional students doing it, you can say, well, you
So,
need to stick
uh,
to your plan until you actually see something.
so I think why we use the map for planning, because the basic combat documents for planning on the light infantry platoon level is the combat sketch in Poland.
Mm,
And when you have a laminated map, game map for planning, you can draw with markers your own combat plan. I think it's very effective, and this is a connection between theory or war games with real execution of combat mission when you have real exercises on the training area.
hmm
That's clear, I think.
Yeah, very clear.
So this is a, example of warning order. It's we consecrated on two elements: situation and execution. Situation is very short, describes execution too, and we have in this game, in this warning order, two variants to play. First is the frontal attack, and the second one is flanking attack. So uh, we need a real combat procedure or planning procedure
hmm
during the war game, because we need the connection between theory or war game and real execution during combat. Mm. So, dobra. Okay, next slide. Reception and impact. Or do you have any questions for
Oh,
war?
you're good. Oh, you're good.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, continue, please.
I can. Oh, okay. Reception and impact. So we have a very positive feedback from our students, and the main opinion is that the game is very simple, yeah, and effective. We have similar feedback from our foreign colleagues and users from Lithuania, Denmark, Hungary. Uh, yes, it's a simple but comprehensive tool for learning light infantry tactics. So,
Mm.
yeah. So last month we visited the 12th Mechanized Brigade, and the opinion were positive. An effective tool for supporting the learning process of platoon and squad leaders. So our philosophy is to share the game with operational units if they want it, or other universities. Uh, okay. Do you have any
Pavel,
questions?
before you go on that, so because people might be watching this from other militaries, and what is the process that the preferred process to request a copy of light infantry?
It's very simple, like my light infantry war game. You need to send a request to my commander, Major Lucas Wojciak, and that is all.
Okay.
And
Uh,
we will send you all files from the light infantry.
and can that address be accessed via the website for AWL?
So uh, yes, you can find address of my boss
Yeah.
there. Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I send you after our presentation.
Thank you. That was very kind. I'm just conscious. I don't want people trying to like spam you for that email address. So I'm
Okay.
just encouraging them to look at the website for AWL, which has a contact us function on.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the uh, we can send only for institutional users.
Yeah.
For example, infantry units, our universities, not private ordinary people.
Yeah. Understood.
Yeah. Okay. And the future of the light infantry wargame system? Yes. Uh, uh, I think the version 1.5 is now is over. And we have all what we need to describe multi-domain infantry combat. There is the light infantry basic war game cover. There is I and Klaus drone warfare supplement, and this is the future cover of the light infantry 220 urban
Hmm.
tactics
Yeah.
war game, and the last one is mad. What is the mad? The mad is mechanized advance. I think we plan to develop the next version of the light infantry dedicated for mechanized infantry units. Mechanized advance or MID or MAD war game up to campaign level with huge large maps.
Mm.
Okay. So we have a lot of work every day, I think. Okay. And the next and the last one, PME lessons learned. Would you like
Yes. Yeah.
share about
Please.
this? So uh, basically, I don't feel like a mentor, of course, even though I have a lot of professional wargaming experience. And I can only make some remarks from this perspective of the well experienced teacher with 30 years of experience. And I think if you need an effective educational wargaming tool for your lessons, you cannot use a huge complex wargame. You need uh, a user-friendly, professional a tool with simple mechanics and clear rules. That's the way. You must decide what is your main objective for this game. And if you are teaching the light infantry tactics, you should focus on the tactical side of the game. The game should be tactical, and you don't need many other features for example, the well developed logistic. And some people might say this game is too simple, but uh, you know, the simplicity is the way to achieve your objectives, not theirs objectives. This is your game, not their game. Okay. And the second issue is the connection between wargaming, combat theory, and practical combat exercises. So, if you can compare the result from theory lessons, war game lessons, and exercise lesson on the exercise area, I think you we have very we have a huge connection to see complex effect on from our lessons. Oh, forgive me
No, you did great.
my
Yeah.
okay. That's all I think about light infantry.
No, that's been a great canter through, and fascinating to see the arc of development and your plans for the future. If I could just ask you to talk about the your intentions regarding digitizing it. I know you have a very basic app. Is that a formal plan, or was that just more of a side interest?
So I didn't plan to develop the web version of the light infantry. I did it only during my free time, during
Hmm.
one weekend. Of course, with help of AI Gemini from Google.
Yeah.
But I think it is only experiment, and I don't think about development of this version of light infantry.
Okay. Okay. Understood.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for that very detailed description of the game's evolution and your advice for other people entering into it. I really hope people watching this, if they are in the institutional space, do reach out to contact to use it, because that in itself is one of the things I often wish we in the military did better, which was share our war games with other people to avoid this painful process of design and prototype, because everyone is trying to basically do a platoon war game. And it would make sense just to share the ones that we already have, as opposed to
Yeah.
trying to go through that whole process again.
So, forgive me my English, but I have only B1 plus today. I think in I'm I think I'm too old to learn English. I do it myself only,
No, it's been great.
without teacher
Yeah.
and native speaker.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
It would be a very different webinar if I was trying to speak Polish. So thank you
I
so much
know
for
it.
coming on.
It's very difficult language.
No. But Pavel, thank you for your creativity and for yeah, advertising this and coming on and sharing your work with us. It's greatly appreciated. I wish you all the best of luck on on 2.0 and on Mad. I hope that comes over the line.
Okay. Thank you very much. I hope this presentation was useful
It
for
was.
Fight Club.
Yes. Yeah.
It was.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All
So
right.
have a nice day.
Yep. You too. Thanks, Pavel. Cheers
Yeah.
now.
Thank you. Bye.